Or will this be enough to knock out the big boy Snorlax? Letting it go through, survives with 1 HP. Boom, there it is. Bang, there it is. What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Ox here with another video. If you're new to the channel, we do upload Pokemon Go content mostly related to PvP, so please consider subscribing to the channel if that is of interest to you. And if you're a returning subscriber like Gabriel Medina, thank you for the support. In today's video, we are taking a look at a shoutcast of some battles in the Master League Classic. These battles were submitted to the channel by Jamie Finn 1415, and this is featuring a triple shadow team. Now Jamie Finn is trying to reach legend this season using only triple shadow teams, and of course that is no easy feat, especially when you have to use triple shadows in Ultra League and Master League where they get very expensive. As you can see, the team right here, we have Shadow Machamp in the lead, Shadow Snorlax operating as the safe switch, and Shadow Dragonite in the back. So taking a look at this team on PvPoke, you could see not the greatest coverage overall, and of course a Pokemon like Togekiss is going to give this team a lot of issues with Machamp being in the lead and really no answer for it in the back aside from Snorlax, which you can't switch into that type of lead. So Triple Shadow is definitely a spicy team, and that should make for some very interesting battles. If you guys enjoy this type of content, please make sure you smash that like button. It really helps the channel grow. Leave a comment in the comment section down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And without any further ado, let's jump into the first battle right now. Alright, so the formatting of this video when submitted was a little bit weird, so I tried to edit it to the best of my capabilities. If there is any weird things throughout the video, I apologize for that. We got Machamp into Melmetal here in the lead matchup. This is a very positive lead, of course, and it's nice to see Machamp in the Master League because you don't really see too many fighting types. Opponent lands the superpower, swaps out into the Giratina, and here comes the best thing you could see in the Master League Classic if you're the Snorlax, that is. Giratina Origin, locked onto the Snorlax, running the Shadow Ball. Opponent not even trying for the boost. Pretty much no way to win this game. I hear the ice cream truck outside, that is pretty hype. Might have to pause this video. Actually, I'm not going to pause it because this is triple shadow hype. So we're going to keep the video rolling right here. Actually, considering how long this matchup could take, I could actually go get the ice cream probably and come back in with it. So I'm pretty tempted at this point, but we're gonna let it stay right here. Snorlax into Giratina Origin, Shadow Ball coming through, and this is pretty painful for the opponent. Melmetal comes back in, gonna land this superpower as the ice cream truck makes its little jingle be heard. Melmetal going to go for the move right here. Snorlax throwing the body slam, and that is going to land on the Melmetal, take it out. Opponent going to come in now with the Dialga right here, look to farm down completely, but the Snorlax able to get to this superpower here. This is a best buddy boosted Snorlax right here, so it is level 41, landing that superpower before it gets knocked out. Machamp coming back in does have the cross chop here stored. This is going to be doing a lot of damage to the Dialga. Will it be enough to KO? The opponent actually uses their first shield of the matchup. They're able to knock out the Machamp before it gets to the move. Dragonite comes in here now, still has 2 shields, going to shield up the first move right here. This should be a GG at this point for the Dragonite, going to farm down completely. The opponent has the Giratina left. Nothing you can do here. They back out. Nobody wants the smoke from the Dragonite Shadow. Let's hop into match number 2. We got Yasushi 9612 here. Machamp into the Mewtwo. Horrible lead, so complete opposite of what we saw in the first matchup here. Swapping out into the Snorlax here. 2 good answers in the back for Mewtwo. Dragonite's pretty good against Mewtwo as well, so we see a Palkia come in here to counter the Snorlax. Palkia is a pretty rare sight in Master League. It is very good, but a lot of people don't have access to it because it is somewhat rare. Doesn't really come in raids too often. Going for the body slam spam right here, and the first shield comes up from the Palkia. Now remember, this is a Shadow Snorlax, so it will be doing more damage, but still not a great matchup in general for Snorlax here. We're going to get farmed down by the Dragon Breath, and the Palkia should be at an Aqua Tail, so let's see if they'll come in with Machamp or the Dragonite here. Decides to come in with Machamp, so I assume they'll shield up. No, they're going to let it go through, so Aqua Tail going to come through here, doing significant damage there, and will commit to the farm down. Luckily, the Palkia did not get to another move. Looking to swap out into the Dragonite immediately, and the opponent here is going to throw the Side Strike, going to shield this up. Dragonite here as a Shadow does have a bit of a worse matchup against Mewtwo in shield situations. We see an Excadrill come in, so this is not the greatest matchup for Dragonite. However, being a Shadow, will be doing more damage with that Dragon Breath. And let's see what's going to happen here. Of course, Rock Slide going to be doing a lot of damage. No shields the Rock Slide. Holy smokes. Going to get to the Dragon Claw right here. Now, it would seem that the opponent probably wants to leave some, or it would seem that Jamie wants to leave some health here on the Excadrill to farm it down with the Machamp. The opponent's actually going for an aggressive farm down here. Lets the Dragonite get to this Dragon Claw right here. This is going to knock out the Excadrill. Holy smokes, Mewtwo comes in, swaps out into Machamp, still has a shield, going to throw the Rock Slide here. I don't think this will be enough to KO, but it should put the Mewtwo very low in Dragon Breath range. Mewtwo can't farm down here. It actually can, but the shield is still there. Dragonite comes in, able to farm down. Holy smokes, that was a pretty crazy finish right there. We got Machamp into Giratina Origin here in the next matchup. So this is a pretty awful lead. Looks like Machamp's going to try and catch onto the Snorlax, but the opponent's throwing at Omniswing, so they didn't build up for the Shadow Ball. You never want to shield an Omniswing, even though it does hurt Machamp. Swaps out into the Snorlax now because those Shadow Claws were doing a lot of damage. Dialga comes in as a counter. There is some play here for Snorlax, of course, so Iron Head going to come through. Might decide to let this go through and go for 2 superpowers back to back. That is what Jamie's looking to do here, taking the first Iron Head, going for the superpower, and then I imagine the second superpower after the first shield comes up. There it is. Second superpower going to come through here. This will not knock out the Dialga, however, put it very low, and then the Dialga will farm down, get 1 or 2 Dragon Breaths through, and now the Machamp could come in, probably farm this down before it gets to another Iron Head. That would be best case scenario here. Let's see if that's how it plays out. Machamp does come in and is able to farm down the Dialga, swaps out into the Dragonite immediately, met by a Rhyperior, and with the shield advantage, this is a very solid position to be in for the Dragonite here, going straight for the Dragon Claw. Now you do have to be aware that this Rhyperior does have Rock Wrecker. Of course, it makes sense for the opponent to bait here with Surf, but you have to shield, especially because you still have 2, and Season 8 is around the corner, so I know people want to save the shields for Season 8, but there's still a week left to go, so let's use those shields now. Dragon Claw coming through, looking to undercharge this, get another Dragon Breath through, very well done. And now the opponent, last Pokemon, they don't want the smoke, leave the match. Let's hop into the next one here. We got Machamp into Mewtwo. This is another horrible lead, so we look to swap out into Snorlax. Opponent comes in with the Mamoswine. Now this isn't a great answer for Snorlax. Of course, it is going to do very heavy damage with Avalanche. However, Superpower threatens this Mamoswine basically to one-shot here. So going for the Body Slam bait here, this is a pretty risky call at this point, because if they let it go through, they shield. That's a big call, because now you can go for the superpower before they get to the next move, and that means you can actually take this matchup with either 2 shields or the 1 shield without using your own. That is best case scenario right there. Dialga comes in, you have the alignment now with the Machamp. Things are looking absolutely terrific here. Also have the shield advantage, have the Dragonite left for the Mewtwo in the back. This game is looking like it's a big fat GG. Cross chop comes through, opponent doesn't shield, gets farmed down. Holy smokes, Mewtwo down a shield is not going to be able to handle this Dragonite, so this is going to be a good game. Now, in regards to these battles, you may notice that this is not a particular set. I was not submitted 1 or 2 sets here. I was submitted a collection of battles here. Most of them appear to be against hard counter teams. So of course, these battles are mostly for entertainment purposes, as opposed to showing some complete sets with this team. So just keep that in mind. Of course, winning with Triple Shadow on a consistent basis in the Master League is not the easiest thing to do, especially the higher up in rating you get. So we are at least lucky to see a Triple Shadow team here putting in some work in the Master League. Let's hop into the next battle here. We got Mizu, Titian, and we got another Mewtwo lead. So you can see a lot of difficult leads here. Machamp going to swap out into the Snorlax immediately. And what you may notice here is that Snorlax is a very solid safe switch in every single lead. Opponent actually staying in to throw a side strike here, and then swaps into their own Snorlax. So when they stay in to weaken the Snorlax before swapping out and then bring in their own Snorlax, it makes me think they probably don't have a very good answer for Snorlax in the back. So there is potential for maybe a Giratina origin in the back when you look at the way the opponent's playing out this match, right? So you're going to come in here with the Machamp, of course. Probably can't farm this thing down, so you might have to take 1 charge move here. Definitely going to outpace you to a superpower or a body slam. Of course, body slam is the lower energy cost move, so that's what they're going to go with. and then you should be able to farm down from here, saving the shield, and probably going to swap out immediately into the Dragonite here. And remember, the opponent might have Giratina Origin in the back, so let's see how this plays out. Dragonite comes in. The Mewtwo is drawing energy because it did throw a Side Strike, and it is lower in health. So here comes the next Side Strike, going to shield that up, and probably throw the Dragon Claw here. Look to get the shield from the Mewtwo, and after which I believe you just shield up the next Side Strike, then commit to the straight farm down here. Have a bunch of energy ready. Opponent does get to the Side Strike here. You shield this up, farm down. You're gonna have a bunch of energy left over on the Dragonite here. And the opponent actually backs out, so maybe Giratina, maybe Groudon, but something definitely very weak to Dragonite in the back, so you love to see it. Machamp into Melmetal here. Here is a very positive lead. Great lead actually for Machamp. So the opponent swaps out immediately into Dialga, so not a great answer for Machamp. It looks like this opponent does not have a good answer here for Machamp, or they have their third Pokemon, a very hard counter to Machamp that they did not want to bring out yet. So makes sense to come with Dialga. Dialga does not get to a move there. That is a huge break for the Snorlax here. Melmetal comes back in. Snorlax is absolutely loaded on energy, so you know the superpower is going to come through right here. No shield. Boom. There it is. Gets to the other move, going for the body slam bait. Melmetal threatening to shield at this point. Is it going to get the shield? Yes, it does. And now the Melmetal probably going to throw their own superpower. Probably going to see a no shield here from the Snorlax. Superpower comes through that and knocks out the Melmetal. But here comes the Machamp. Opponent swaps out into Giratina. Trying to swap out into Dragonite. The switch timer is not up yet. Probably going to burn one shield here on the Machamp. Keep it alive. Dragon Claw comes through. Swap out into the Dragonite. This is actually a pretty neutral matchup, and they are very close on energy and health. So this game is definitely not over yet at this point. Really comes down to who's going to win this. The opponent is shielding up the Dragon Claw right there. Dragonite letting this go through. So it looks like Jamie has other plans in mind and should be able to get to one more Dragon Claw here, I believe. No, the Giratina is going to outpace. Are they going to shield this up? Going to let it go through. They do have a Rock Slide ready. So it looks like they're going to save the shield. I don't actually know if Rock Slide will KO here. If the Giratina gets to a move here before the Machamp could farm it down, there could be an issue. And it does get to the move, so this is pretty problematic here. Definitely have to shield. At this point, you hope the Melmetal has no energy, and you could outpace it to the Cross Chop. There it is, gets to the Cross Chop. Melmetal gonna catch this work right here. Cross Chop coming through, takes out the Melmetal. Can it farm down the Giratina? Yes, it can. Machamp takes that game. Beautiful play right there. Let's hop into the next battle. We got Yosuke 0155 Machamp into a Giratina Origin. One of the worst leads. Let's see if they try catching the Shadow Ball onto the Snorlax again. 4, 5, 6, 7. There's the swap. Bang! Snorlax catching the Shadow Ball right here. You hope it's a Shadow Ball. That's the beautiful thing. It's only an Omnis Wind, but it's still very nice. The Giratina will have a bit of residual energy left over. Melmetal comes in. You know how this match plays out already. Snorlax can win it. So let's see if the opponent goes for the superpower right here. No shielding the first one. They go for the bait. I mean, it still does pretty decent damage going for Rock Slide. This one probably going to be a superpower. Superpower actually will KO. No shields. Huge call right there. And they get it wrong. But the defense has been dropped. So maybe Machamp could come in here and clean up. Are you going to go for the full farm now? Oh my gosh, this might be CMP. That would be worst case scenario right here. Going to catch a superpower right there. Still doing so much damage. It was not CMP. Able to farm down 100 energy pretty much. Comes in with the Dragonite here. Snorlax comes in the back. This game is not over by any means. Still has an opportunity to win here. Dragonite should be able to take this. And if they could get some chip damage onto that Giratina, get shields down, the Machamp. There we go. The Machamp still has 2 Rock Slides stored, so definitely still has an opportunity to win this game. Going for the Dragon Claw right here. This Snorlax looks like it's not looking to shield anything. Now it does, and should be able to get to one more Body Slam. Not sure if Dragonite will shield this. Yes, they are going to shield, so it looks like they want to have a bunch of health left over for the Giratina in the back. Should be able to farm down here. Going to be able to get off a Dragon Claw here. Would totally expect the Giratina to shield this, unless they suspect that the Machamp is running the Dark type move. What's that called? Payback. But it's only Rock Slide, so 2 of these is going to be able to take out the Giratina. There's the first shield. Here comes the second move. Rock Slide. Is this going to be enough to KO the Giratina? Bang! There it is. Goodbye, Giratina. Machamp cleaning up in the back. Kun Santander up next. Sergio Aguero type name. We got Dragonite into Dialga right here. Pretty bad lead. Swaps out into Snorlax. If you guys are new to PvP and you just want to practice, get better, I recommend using Snorlax as a safe switch in any league, or Munchlax. Pokemon that are just genuinely a very good safe swap in most cases are a very good way to learn the basics and fundamentals of PvP. So that's what I recommend to you guys. In this particular match right here, we got Shadow Mewtwo. Talk about the spice right there. Body slam coming through on the Snorlax here. No shield. And Side Strike is going to hurt. Will this be enough to knock out the big boy Snorlax? Letting it go through. Survives with 1 HP. Able to farm down with Lick before the Mewtwo does. Wins. Switch advantage. That is huge. Shields are still even. Dialga comes in, but now you have Machamp aligned onto the Dialga. You keep the Dragonite away from it. This is the beauty of PvP. Giratina comes in. This game is just about over, but not quite yet. There still are some things to consider. For example, if this Giratina could take, oh my gosh, talk about the boost right there. I was going to say, if the Giratina could take the shield from Dragonite and then it goes shields down, these Dialga farms down the Dragonite, lands a Iron Head on the Machamp, the opponent could still win here, but getting the boost, obviously a win condition in itself. Going to let this go through. Ominous Wind gets the double boost. Oh my gosh, as if one wasn't enough. That just flipped the game entirely. You do all that work with the Snorlax, farming down the Mewtwo with the Lick, taking the Side Strike, making some beautiful calls, winning alignment. Look at that. You can't even take out the double boosted Giratina right there. Loses that match. That is very painful. Oof, you hate to see it. Dragonite into Melmetal, hate to see that as well. Swap out into the Snorlax here. The opponent is staying in, and this should be CMP tie, it looks like. So Superpower is going to come through, and notice that it was not CMP tie, but this right here should be. So Superpower coming through again, going to let this one go through. Should be CMP. No, it's not. Didn't click the move that time. Very unfortunate right there. Going to go for the body slams now. At least, I mean, this is actually pretty decent still, because now the Mewtwo, of course, does have to take this damage from the Snorlax. Going to apply a lot of pressure here. Shadow Snorlax hits hard against the Mewtwo, and Side Strike going to be doing a lot of damage here. Probably let this go through at this point. I don't think Snorlax can win this matchup anymore, so you just have to kind of give up on taking switch here. Come in with the Dragonite, look to farm down. So Dragonite coming through here. Now you probably have to shield the Side Strike here. Going to let it go through. So Jamie is different mindset right here. A different breed, takes a lot of damage right there. Holy smokes. Looking to swap out into Machamp. We see Melmetal come in, and Machamp, opponent staying in. Opponent staying in, going for the cross chop right here. This is going to knock out the Melmetal. And the opponent shields it up. Oh my goodness. Machamp at this point, you have to use the shield. I mean, the Dragonite has no health left. You have to use the shield on the Machamp. Pretty much the only thing with HP left at this point. Melmetal gets to another move here. Is this going to be enough to take out the Machamp? No, it survives. Superpower comes through. It's a Dialga in the back, able to get off this cross chop here. This is huge, but can Dragonite's Dragon Claw take out the Dialga here? I don't know what the heck that thing was right there. Apparently some Pokemon fainted. Dragon Claw coming through. Is a Shadow Dragon Claw enough to take out a Dialga in the yellow? Yes, it is. Can they farm down the Melmetal? Boom, there it is. Takes that game. These are some dramatic finishes right here. We got Dragonite versus Melmetal in the last battle of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you drop a like if you enjoy this content. We got Snorlax into a Melmetal right here. We've seen it a bunch in this video. Snorlax winning some, Snorlax losing some, looking to shield the first superpower, as is usually the case. Now this time, definitely going to be CMP tie here. And the beauty about this is that because the opponent debuffed themselves 2 times, they're pretty much forced to shield this bait, which is a body slam. So you get this shield there. Absolutely beautiful. Don't debuff yourself either. Mewtwo comes in. Fortunately, did not get off the body slam there. Definitely have to let this go through. Okay, never mind. Gonna go for the shield right here. So down 2 shields. Going for the body slam. Wants to get off this chip damage, I guess. Plus the licks. So let's see. The Mewtwo has to throw, of course. Able to get to the body slam here. That is huge. So Jamie looking like a genius right here. Not listening to what I said. Going for the body slam. Looks like it was a delayed CMP tie there. So a desynced CMP. Side Strike comes through. And now you come in with the Mewtwo. Did manage to get that shield, which is huge. Can Mewtwo farm down here, or Dragonite rather I should say. Opponent gives up switch into the Melmetal here, so here comes the Machamp. Of course this move's gonna hurt right here, probably a superpower. Should be able to farm down now from this point because of the, oh no they can't, that is a huge break for the opponent. So now this Melmetal is gonna be super debuffed, so it should be able to get farmed down by Dragon Breath, which is good for the Dragonite, but shields down is gonna be a little bit risky. Let's see what they come in with. Will it be the Mewtwo or the Dialga? Actually, it's not even Dialga, it's a Giratina. I don't know why I suspect the Dialga. It's a pretty common team, Dragonite, Dialga, Melmetal. It's a Giratina origin. You love to see it right here. Opponent's not going to get to the Shadow Ball. They try to catch. That is a great play, but Jamie doesn't throw. He knew what the opponent was trying to do. Here comes the Dragon Claw. Jamie about to take this game. Boom, there it is. Big win, triple Shadow hype. So those were the battles featuring the triple Shadow team in the Master League, submitted by Jamie Finn 1415. This player is trying to reach a legend rank using only triple Shadow teams the entire season, so I wish you the best of luck in this final week of the season. If you guys enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like, commenting, subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.